Our final topic of the day, we're going to have to do a quick switch on because the gentleman who was going to join us for that topic has texted in that he is in trouble with the law on the side of the 405 freeway. And he will not make his segment. So we're going to go through the topic bag and see if we can pull out a topic.
Dig deeper into that mailbag.
We can also do some mailbag questions, but here's a question that I've always had on my mind. And somebody probably answered this, but I can't remember. So I'm going to ask Big Bang Frank to jump in here and help with this. You know, you get a real estate agent, right? And they give you their business card. And typically their picture's on it from 1968 yearbook or something, right? But there's all these acronyms on it too. There's CRI, and my favorite, of course, is CRS, which we all know is can't remember. But something. So they have all these designations on their card. What the heck do those things mean, and do they matter?
They do matter in the sense that, you know, just like with someone in a let's say a college education, or let's say you go to high school and you have a high school diploma. Okay, you've showed that you can go K through 12 and start and finish something. It's basically showing your higher learning in the industry.
It's continued education.
Continued education,
right?
And it does help. There are a lot of these credentials out there that you can go and knock out in a 3-hour course with your real estate board. Mm-hmm. Some of them are a little more extensive.
Tell me a couple. Give me first of all,
a lot of short sale ones, a lot of foreclosure
let's
certified.
do the fun one. Okay,
short sale specialists,
foreclosure specialists,
certified resident, meaning something different.
You know what? I don't even know the definition of all the acronyms here for the
Sierra Certified Residential Specialist.
I believe that is what it is.
There are certified short sale specialists. They're certified for foreclosures.
Usually they're
distressed
they're
properties.
Continued education classes, and the reality is they're usually a few hours, and a bunch of agents sit in a room and somebody lectures, and then they get a certificate.
And although that doesn't mean that agent has a PhD level.
They don't have an expertise
certification. To me, it does show that agent's an agent that's gone in the right direction in enhancing their understanding and their knowledge of the industry. And I'll give it to them for that. Nothing really makes up for years of experience, but you know.
And this is also my argument why I think being a realtor is a good thing, because it is. You know, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, yeah, it's good or bad," and it's usually the argument is within the real estate community.
Okay, so let me ask a question before you go on.
But it is an effort to have to be in an environment of continued education.
Yeah.
And
most people don't understand that realtor, and we make fun of the fact that we have to say realtor or we'll be sued for saying
real estate agent.
Realtor, because you can't say
it's a real estate agents union.
Right,
is what it is.
But most people, if you're a realtor, it means you are a member of the National Association of Realtors.
Oh, yeah. You pay about $800 a year.
Right.
You have continued education and access to attorneys and contracts and
And that in itself is kind of a controversy, right? Because you hear it amongst the real estate professionals. In order to be a realtor, basically you have to pay money. It's not necessary. You don't have to take the classes offered, but you have to pay the money.
Right.
Versus being a real estate agent. Now, to me, the designation doesn't make the knowledge or the experience.
At least, here's one thing. You know, as a loan officer, I have to take these continuing education courses now every year. Okay.
You have to?
I have to for my NMLS. Okay, my licensing.
Okay.
It's
so
my
you have to.
I have
you
to.
Can't practice your
Otherwise,
craft.
I cannot practice my craft.
But
so
a real estate agent can still practice, even though they're not a realtor.
Correct. But even the realtors, they need to every 4 years do, because I have a real estate license as well, so I have to do that every 4 years as well.
It's like 40 hours.
But here's the thing: even in those classes, to me, they don't, at least mine, they don't necessarily pertain to what I do to every day. There's always some sort of nugget that I get out of there. Absolutely. And at the very least, what it says to me as a lender, that they're invested in their business. They're consistent. If you're a part-time agent, you're not going to be doing these things. You're at least getting nuggets, and at least you're up to date with what's going on. So to me, even though I see it and I kind of giggle when I see it on, I see like this 26. I see the alphabet, like literally like 26 after their name on their business card.
Yeah,
it makes me giggle a little bit. But you know what? At least they're invested and at least they're getting nuggets that they may not have gotten.
That comes
before.
back to what I was saying. That's an agent that's leaning in the right direction of professionalism in the industry. Even if they got that certification in only 3 hours, they took the time out. It was important for them to sit down and learn a little bit more about that specific area. And to me, that's a no-brainer. That's someone you want to work with who knows. Even that little bit more than the next fellow
See, to me, it almost seems like the designations have more value than the designation of Realtor, because you pay to be a Realtor, but you go and learn to be CRS or CRI or
these are barriers of entry. Okay, they're barriers of entry, and the more barriers there are to be part of this club. Okay, whether it's paying $800 a year or paying the $40 to get into this class. Okay, the fewer. It's like a filter. You're going to filter out those people who aren't serious, who aren't as great, who aren't as good. I'm not saying this. These designations are going to automatically make you a great agent, but they're barriers of entry, and the more there are, the further you go into them, I think the more cream of the crop you're getting into.
Well, this is also, I don't think anybody can be a jack of all trades.
Right.
So if they have 27 designations, they're absolutely not an expert in 27 different niches. Some of these designations are very specific to types of things. Like there's one for like senior. A senior living, because there's different
and now there are newer designations for green agents and things
for
like
green
that.
Agents and things like that. The reality is 90% of it is just marketing and flash and look at me, I'm smarter than everybody else. That's what the agent is saying. So if you're looking for something very specific, a specific type of agent that specializes in something, that's a start. Oh, they specialize in that, and then find out if they really are.
Yeah.
Find out if that's
it comes down to referral.
We're going to have to wrap this
practice
up,
what they
but
preach.
I think that you guys have kind of enlightened me a little bit that the accreditations, of course, notwithstanding 27 of them, is probably a good thing, and it gives you a good indication that they're into their craft.